You can feel the energy in this building. They are fired up for game one. Back with that after this. On the corner of Dave Niehaus Way and Edgar Martinez Drive, welcome to T-Mobile Park. Game one of the American League Division Series. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Seattle Mariners. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And taking the ball for Seattle, George Kirby.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Taylor King batting with one down, takes a strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
There's a swing and a drive. Diving, makes the grab. What a play.
You love to see when a guy's hungry to make a play. Right there, an excellent diving catch. You can absolutely tell he was all in tracking that ball down.
King locks in. You could feel it. Big moment here.
Yeah, everyone in the yard just sat up in their seats. So did I, Boog.
And there's a strike. What a stop to first. It's there, and that's a great play. So they load the bases, but leave them stranded. We head on now to the top of the third. We're tied 0-0. King digs in. Not a lot of traffic this inning, but he's got the power to change that with one swing.
Yeah, and that's the kind of threat that keeps pitchers honest, even with 2 outs and no one on.
Two down, nobody on. Here in game one of the ALDS. Up the middle. On the run, throw to first, and it beats him. What a play. Nobody left for Seattle, but they're on top 1-0. So 2 down, and up next for Seattle, Taylor King. 0 for 3 in this one. King, the former Rookie of the Year, 24 years old, and he's one of the few two-time MVPs in the league. Here comes the 0-1. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back. And it is gone. A solo shot. And they boost their lead. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
One down, and stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King. He's already homered here in this one. And that's outside. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike one. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Oh, look at the stop. And they get the out.
Pretty early in this series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game one to set the tone.
So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
And this one finishes with a final of 8-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. We're here in Seattle. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Seattle Mariners. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in, and I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. First pitch coming your way next. And towing the slab in this one, Ryan Wu. What's the scouting report on him?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Taylor King, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
And that one is lifted in the air. Meadows under it. Takes it in for the out.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 12. Up next for the Mariners.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
Yeah, that's in for a strike. 0-1. You know, one unlikely postseason hero I saw up close, Alex Gonzalez of the Marlins in the 2003 World Series. Wasn't really known for his bat, but he hit a walk-off homer in extra innings in Game 4. It tied the series and was a huge momentum swing. Outside low, ball 2. Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. Now he launches a throw over his head, and he'll reach second with 1 away.
Everything came together for him. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on playing with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Here's Josh Naylor. Doubled his first time. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. That's in for a strike. And the throw. He's out at third.
Well, I could see he had a big lead out there at second base, so it wasn't a shock when he took off. But trying to steal third right there, it's kind of risky, man. You're already in scoring position, so you've got to make sure that you can make it there safely. That wasn't the case.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, Taylor King.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Out to short, McGonigal. They get the force, and that's the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We're through 5. It's the Tigers 2 and the Mariners 1. This is the American League Division Series on the show. 2 outs, runner at first. Next to hit, Taylor King. 1 for 3.
Right now, they're looking for something, hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Yoan. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And a go-ahead run is on base.
Well, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And now it's Josh Naylor.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a Well, one of the goals in the postseason is to split on the road and play very well at home. They did just that with the win today, evening it up at 1-1.
Not a ton of offense to chat about as we look at the final numbers, but this was a good one.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring game, Boog, but sometimes those can be the best, especially this time of year.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. It's buzzing in here ahead of Game 3. And we'll be back in a minute to get it started. From the home of the Tigers since 2000, Comerica Park here in the Motor City, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. Joined by my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A lot going on in this series as we get ready for Game 3, Siggy.
Man, it's been fun so far, Boog, that's for sure. After splitting the first two, Game 3 takes on even more meaning than usual. You don't want to be the team that drops this one and then be faced with having to win 2 games in a row in order to take the series. That's tough.
And the pressure on the starting pitchers is big in this one. Each of them is being counted on to come through with a quality performance, hoping to save some of that bullpen for really critical games coming up. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And today's starting pitcher, Logan Gilbert. Going to be hard to top his last start, Singy.
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
One down. And now the right fielder, Taylor King. Just underway here in Detroit. That's in there, and the count even 1-1.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And they'll do it again. The 1-2. Hit hard on the ground and up the middle, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Next is the designated hitter, Dominic Canzone. And now the 0-1. Runner on the goal. This one popped up. Boom. Settles underneath it. He's got it. Throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off. The Tigers coming up. No score. This is the American League Division Series on the show. King steps in, 2 down, nothing cooking so far, but one swing can get something sizzling.
He knows it too, Boo. That body language says yes, chef.
King, the former Rookie of the Year, 24 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. 2 down, nobody on. Out towards right center field. Perez on the move. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. Home half of the third coming up. No score.
Up next is Seattle, the right fielder, Taylor King.
The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation. All tied up here in Game 3 of this American League Division Series.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Out of here. He circles the bases, and the Mariners have the lead. It's 2-1.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. King in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Swing and a foul out of play.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
And that's the 3rd out. Mariners lead 1. Score remains 2-2. And the final score here, 4-3. A 1-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Welcome to the Motor City. This is Comerica Park. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Plenty of storylines taking shape in this series as we set the stage for Game 4, Chris.
And I'll be interested to see if these teams approach it any differently, with one on the brink of elimination and the other just a win away from putting an end to this thing. You know, in the postseason, I think you have to treat every game the same, but there's something about an elimination game that could put a team just into a different mindset.
Yeah, and the strategy could certainly change in this type of game. It's hard to manage the same way when in any given at-bat, it can impact everything you've been working for throughout the season. First pitch coming your way next. And today on the hill, Logan Allen. What do we have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Taylor King in the box here lets that one go for a ball. King launched a homer in his most recent game. The 1-0. That's ripped into the outfield. Meadows makes a nice running catch.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
King, the former Rookie of the Year, batting second in today's lineup. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Up the middle, and that's a base hit, and that extends the inning.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here's Josh Naylor.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of second.
Runner on the go. Up the middle. Oh, he gloves it. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Mariners 4 and the Tigers 3. This is the American League Division Series on the show.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
2 down, nobody on. Here in game 4 of this ALDS. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. He's up to 3 home runs in the series, and they tack on to their lead. It's 7-4. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, with both starters out of the game, this quickly becomes a bullpen game, and this is something we see more and more in the game today, especially in the postseason.
This one in the air. And that quickly 2 away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
First and second, 1 out. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. He's already homered here in this one. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. It's out of here. Touches down in the front row of the bushes. Home run. Another homer. His second homer of the night, and they've rallied from 3 back. It's 10-9. The crowd is devastated here in Detroit.
That not only changes the scoreboard, but potentially the trajectory of the entire game. Always possible to impact the outcome with just a few swings, and that's what he's doing. This team played extremely well to force this series into a Game 5. It's just like a Game 7. You win or go home. That Game 5 should be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, our scorecards are a mess after this one as we look at the final line.
Yeah, we're going to have to break out that old graphing calculator of yours for this one, Boo. We saw a ton of offense.
I don't think that's how a graphing calculator works, Siggy. In a one-run game as this one ends 10-9. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. We're here in Seattle. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Seattle Mariners. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And as we get set for Game 5, Chris, it seems like this series could still have a few twists and turns in it.
Yeah, Boog, the only negative here today is that the series is going to come to an end. As fun as it's been, I wish it could go on a few more games. And the way these teams have battled each other and with some of the amazing moments we've seen in getting to this point, I think we're in for a great one here in Game 5.
Hard to imagine it won't be a classic, Siggy. I'm ready to see what surprises are waiting for us. First pitch coming your way next. And on the mound now, Ryan Wu. Always a treat to watch one of the best starters in the sport, Singy.
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
One down. Taylor King now at the plate. Skubal was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
No question did he earn that Pitcher of the Month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those, and you can expect some other hardware on the mantle.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Out towards right center field. 2 away.
Batting first, the first baseman, number 12.
The pivotal Game 5 of the division series. And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King. Skubal back to work. Legends really are cemented in the postseason. You think of David Ortiz heroics for the Red Sox, Derek Jeter as Mr. November, or Randy Johnson in the 2001 World Series, just to name a few.
Well, on that idea of postseason reputations, Boog, got to mention players like Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson, and Madison Bumgarner. We were doing that game. Those guys really shined in the toughest moments.
Roll on to Torkelson. Quick recovery from the misplay. Pays off for the out.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
King up now, trying to make this pitcher work, Singy.
Yeah, it's time to be annoying, Boog. Spoiler mode activated. Foul balls, deep counts, whatever it takes.
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Base hit center field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Against good pitchers, you've got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
Here's Josh Naylor. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Carpenter has a beat on it, and that is that. One hit, one left. We're on to the 7th inning now in the deciding Game 5. The Tigers are out front 7-1. You're watching the American League Division Series on the show. One down, and up next for Seattle, Taylor King. 1 for 3. Oh, and 2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. This one in the air, center field. And there's 2 down. And that is going to do it as the Tigers are through to the American League Championship Series.
Well, a really solid division series win. They can move on to the next round and I think relax a little bit more. Congratulations. Get ready for the ALCS.
Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Welcome to Sutter Health Park in Sacramento, home of the Athletics. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Seattle Mariners taking on the Athletics. Hi, folks. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. So the Seattle Mariners, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because this team has already got the building blocks in place, and you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
First pitch coming your way next. King locks in. I don't know if it's the release point or what, but he smashed this pitcher like a piñata.
Yeah, and it seems like every at-bat's a birthday party, Boog. Might be time to send a gift basket and hope for mercy.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop from his backside, and they get the out.
What an acrobatic play right there. Knocks it down, throws from the seat of his pants, and just looks like he's playing in the backyard. He makes it look really easy.
Two outs with a runner at third. Right through there for a strike. Chopped left side. Wilson tosses to first. That's the third out. So a run on one hit, no errors, and a man left. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Mariners 1 and the A's nothing. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Taylor King will hit next.
Well, these Mariners need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
The 1-1. Here's a rocket to right field. He's got it, and there's one down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
One down. Next to hit, Taylor King. And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. The 0-1. Line drive, base hit.
Find the ball.
So a man aboard now with one away. And his hitting streak continues. There have been almost no bad days for him in the past month.
This guy's running hot, Boog, and people around the league are paying serious attention to this streak now, especially the pitchers that are trying to slow him down.
Here's Riley Green. Here's a high chopper. Throws to first in time. So runner at second, 2 down. Julio Rodriguez up next for the Mariners. Man on second, 2 down. Liner snagged at first. One left for Seattle. They're down 5-1. King kept the hitting streak going in this one.
He's going to be a driver for their offense and change losses like this one to wins. He needs better days than this. Some good signs in this one, though.
King steps in now. He knows what's waiting for him, Singy. An arm with top-tier command and stuff to match.
Yeah, no freebies here, Boog. You got to earn everything when you're up against a pitcher of this caliber.
There's a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
The 0-1 in the air, right field. One away.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 31, Riley. Up next for Seattle, the right fielder, Taylor King.
One now. Out to short. Wilson throws to first, and there's 2 away. Singy did a good job showing off his arm for the out on what was a close play. It's a good thing, too, because he didn't have a lot of time there.
No, he didn't, Boog. How about that arm, man? StatCast saying he whipped it over there at 86 miles per hour, and, you know, that's nothing to scoff at when you're not throwing off a mound.
The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. He decides to hold on to it. A tough play, and now there are runners at first and second.
And that hit carries a little extra meaning, Boog. It keeps his hitting streak going. He is dialed in at the dish right now.
I don't think there's a more confident hitter in all of baseball right now. Looks like he's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. First and second, 1 out. Taylor King up next for the Mariners. 1 for 3. That one at the knees for a strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to finish off this hitter.
2 on, 1 out. Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. A 3-run homer, his first homer of the year, and they add to the lead. It's 5-zip.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
King steps in. They've got the edge, but the job is not done. He's looking to keep the line moving.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little insurance, Boog.
Fastball is outside.
Well, these Mariners doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. The numbers say they've only chased at pitches outside the zone a little more than 10% of the time, which is excellent.
And that misses. And now 3-0.
So those numbers I just mentioned tell me they've been really smart at the plate. They're feasting on the healthy stuff and avoiding the junk. Kind of sounds like your diet, Boog.
Here's a 3-0. There's a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Right through there for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next is the left fielder.
Here's Riley Green. Swings, and this one's flared. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Here's the catcher to hit, Cal Raleigh. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Nice grab. They put the tag on him. A sensational double play.
When you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard, that's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
2 aboard, 2 outs. Now the number 2 hitter, Taylor King. He's already homered in this game. That catches the corner. In the air to left center, Soderstrom on his way over, and that'll do it. Bottom of the ninth coming up, and we'll see if he can complete the shutout after the break. King was outstanding in this ball game, helping them get the win. A 3-hit performance, including a homer.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
One down. Taylor King, the next to hit. 3 hits last night, so he was a big factor in getting that win.
That's a ball. That's ball 2.
Throw down to 2-0. Fastball is outside. That one's in there. 3-1. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Here's Riley Green. Big game last night. He went 4 for 5. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Here goes the runner. Now this one gets away from the catcher. And now a man into scoring position. One out, the runner at second here in game 3 of this 4-game series. Runner on the go again. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, and they got him.
Well, I could see he had a big lead out there at second base, so it wasn't a shock when he took off. But trying to steal third right there, it's kind of risky, man. You're already in scoring position, so you've got to make sure that you can make it there safely. That wasn't the case. Feels like the fastball is catching them off guard at times. They've watched several go by for strikes, and they're still not attacking them for some reason.
In the air, right field. Butler gets under it. Brings it in. And that is that. So one hit is all they get. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Mariners 1 and the A's nothing. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. King blocks in. If this offense were a lawnmower, he's yanking the cord and hoping for a roar.
And if that doesn't work, Boog, you better believe he's giving it a second pull.
That one catches the zone. Strike one.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Bounces into the outfield. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And that extends his hitting streak yet again. This is starting to get pretty interesting, Singy.
Yeah, and the way he's going, it seems like there's no end in sight. This is a guy that no pitcher wants to face right now, especially with runners on base. I mean, he's doing all the little things right, and it just seems like he's in cruise control at the plate.
King aboard here at first with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. In the dirt. Safe at second, and that was not close. Here's the left fielder, Riley Green. Man at second. In the air to left center. Grisham settles under this one. And there's one down.
Up next is the out. The center fielder.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. Runner takes off for third. In the air, right field. Butler should have this one. Calls it in. Runner pretty far from second. And they got him. Great defensive awareness there. It's the Mariners 2 and the A's nothing. Now it's the right fielder, Taylor King.
Taylor King.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball one.
Well, these Mariners really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. The numbers help tell the story. I mean, they've been sitting fastball, and it's paying off in a big way. So far with 6 hits against that pitch alone.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Grisham on the move. And there's one down. Throw sails over his head at first.
And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game, because if a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
King kept the hitting streak alive. Singled and drew a walk in this one.
Didn't light the world on fire, but he held up his end today. I'm sure he'd like to have a better game, but a win is a win.
And now Taylor King.
Right fielder, Taylor King.
Ball, that's just out.
That one finds the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. High fly ball down the left field line. And it hooks foul. Here's a 1-2. Line drive, base hit. And a man aboard.
That is first, the left fielder.
Here's Riley Green. He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. Runner on the move, in the dirt. Throw to second, out of bounds, safe.
Pretty impressive from the 3-hole hitter. Picks up the single, then swipes second to get into scoring position. Now, that's not going to show up on the slugging percentage very much, but it works the same way for the team. Let's see if they can drive him in now.
Man at second. To third. Base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
So digging in, Julio Rodriguez. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Hit on the ground to the right side. Kurtz to second. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. And the A's will get their first opportunity in a scoreless ballgame. King stepping in now. You look at the career splits, and it's just batting practice for him, Singy.
Yeah, this pitcher's ERA has a little dent in it thanks to this guy. Total domination.
Top of the third, no score. This one popped up. And that is that. Home half of the third coming up. No score.
Up next for Seattle, the right fielder, Taylor King.
And that clips the inside corner. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Foul ball there.
Ball, that's outside.
And that one is lifted in the air. That's out number 2.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
King digging in. They've got the lead, but here's another chance to set the tone.
Yeah, but one good swing and suddenly they add to the margin. Every run counts as this game moves along.
Here's your 1. High fly ball, right field. 1 down.
Up next is the left fielder,
King managed to keep the hitting streak alive.
Well, you'll never complain about getting a team win, Boog, but I think they expect him to make larger contributions than he did today. Nothing too bad, but nothing great either.
Taylor King, the star of the show, getting ready to showcase his skills on the diamond. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. 1 down. Taylor King up next for the Mariners.
King.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Just underway here in Milwaukee. And he can't come up with it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
3-2. Swing and a ball line to center. Perkins takes it in for the out. 2 down. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Raleigh matched a homer in his last game. Runner on the move in the dirt. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And a base hit on the line. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now he stops and he's able to get back into third. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. This is a true five-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. 2 on, 2 outs. To the right side. Terang over to first in time. And that is that. Mariners leave a couple. Now it's the Brewers' turn. It's a scoreless ball game. You're dialed into the show.
Up next for Seattle, the right fielder, Taylor King.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
There's a swing and a drive. This one's got a chance. Gone. His second of the year, and they're chipping away. It's 4-1.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
1 out. Runners at first and second. A little bit low. Ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Two on, 1 out.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swings and sends a rocket to right. Out number 2.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
1 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Taylor King. He's already homered here in this one. That one misses. And that is ball 1. Fastball for a strike. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. The Brewers leading by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And this one could be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay throw. Safe. And that's his 3rd hit. Mansingy, he hit that ball right on the sweet spot. According to StatCast, the exit velo 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, Boog. I mean, that right there is an absolute missile. And he just put a great swing on it, squared it up perfectly. Those are the ones that feel really good.
Here's Riley Green. The tying run at the plate. In the dirt, but kept close. And an excellent job keeping it right there. The 1-2. Towards first. The flip to the pitcher covering. And he's out.
Up next is the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
So a runner at third, 2 men out. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Tying run at the plate. Up the middle, Schmidt. Tosses to first, and that's the inning. One left for Seattle. Still down by a count of 4-2. 2 outs, runner on first. And up next for Seattle, Taylor King.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle. Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Next offering is fouled back. This could end it. This to third, and that goes foul. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there. Down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
Riley Green digs in for a critical at bat.
And things could change quickly here with one swing.
2 on, 2 outs. Backed off the plate that time. Payoff pitch. On the ground. And that chance handled. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Brewers have won 4 in a row. King made a big contribution despite the loss. Collected 4 hits. 1 of them left the park.
Well, Boog, they may want to change how they approach him next time because he was just incredible in this one. He looked like a threat every time up, even in a loss.
Taylor King looking to extend his unbelievable 30-game hitting streak in this one. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Milwaukee Brewers. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. 1 down. Taylor King up next for the Mariners.
King.
King with a homer in his last game.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results. He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Terang over to first in time. Now 2 out.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Got him swinging. Mariners are down in order. And our score remains 2-1. No outs. Runner on second.
The right fielder, Taylor King.
That's in there. That's strike one.
Well, these Mariners looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Slides for the stop to first. Nicely done for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
King digging in. They say pressure makes diamonds. Let's see if this turns into a gem.
Yep, time to see if this one shines.
That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Runner edges away at second. On a line, should be extra bases. Runner around third. One runs in. Heading for the plate. The relay. Head for a slide, and he's safe. It's 5-5. And that'll keep his hitting streak alive. He's reaching heights that very few players ever have.
Yeah, when you're over the 30-game mark and showing no signs of slowing down, that's when the baseball world starts to get a little excited. This has become the story in the league right now. You start checking off the days until the next benchmark, 40, 44, 56. And as well as he's swinging it, it seems like all those numbers right now, Boog, they are doable.
Stand up, stand up.
Turang over to first in time. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Go-ahead run is at third. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. The 0-2. In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there. Throw down to third, but he's back safely. This one in the air center field. Perkins settles underneath it. And that's the third out. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 7th inning stretch time. We're all tied up 5-5. We go to the 9th. And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King. That's off the mark. Ball 1. And that one hammered. Chourio. Long run. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Here's Riley Green. Man at second. High fly ball lifted into near right field. Chourio takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Throw to first in time.
Up next is the center field, Julio
Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot. And he'll shoot. Struck him out looking. Mariners lead one as it remains a 6-5 ball game. King kept the hitting streak going in this one.
I really liked how he looked in this one. He consistently came to the plate with a solid plan, and it showed in the results. Nice job.
King digging in, big time pitcher, so he better have a plan, Singy. Otherwise, it's a short trip.
Yeah, Boogie's just got to pick a pitch and go. No guessing, no hesitation.
Ball, that's out.
That one close, ruled a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
1 out, runner at second. Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners. Man at second. In the dirt, blocked. The 2-1. Liner caught at second.
They put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Cal Raleigh. Out to short. Schmidt sends it across to first. Inning over. Now it's the Brewers' turn. It's a scoreless ball game. You're watching Mariners baseball on the show Northwest. Runner at second here, 1 gone.
The right fielder, Taylor King.
Fastball for a strike. Swing, and he popped it up. Burleson takes it in for the out. That's out number 2.
Oh, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or weak contact.
King steps in. Team's still looking for that first run today.
Yeah, this is where leadership shows up. Not just the big swings, but quality at bats.
There's the strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. 1 away. So up next, Taylor King, 1 for 3.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
That one finds the zone. 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back. That one on its way, and it's gone. He'll take a jog around the bases. Third home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 5-1.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Now it's going to be Taylor King.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit. Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
Man at second. And that one is lifted in the air. Dubon settles under it. And there's 2 away.
Up next is the first baseman, number 12.
King really stood out in this win.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. We're here in Seattle. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Houston Astros taking on the Seattle Mariners. John Shambi on the play-by-play with you. Chris Singleton providing the color. The cameras are out for this one, partner. Home openers are unique and always bring a special type of energy to the ballpark.
Boog, today is a celebration. It is the beginning of a new year, and there's no other game like this one on the schedule. It's the first time playing inside your home stadium with your brand new teammates, and you know the fans are going to bring the energy. The excitement is already building in here.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. One down. And up next for Seattle, Taylor King. King went deep in his most recent game.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Tapped softly on the ground. Correa. Throw to first in time.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 31.
Man at first, one away.
For the Mariners, the right fielder, Taylor King.
In for a strike. 0-1.
Now this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Hit on the ground, might be two. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over, and the throw is late. Missed opportunity there thanks to the misplay.
I think he just rushed that one. Great chance to turn two, and as an infielder on a play like that, I think guys can get a little excited and forget to make the play one step at a time. Could have been 2 outs. Instead, they get none.
First and second, 1 out. Here's Riley Green. The M's. King matched a homer in his last game. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. King, the former Rookie of the Year, 25 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Strike 2. The Mariners still looking for their first hit in this one. Up the middle. Not in time. He's safe.
Tough play up the middle, and everything needed to be right there. Field that, get a strong throw off to first base, and I think the speed going up the line had something to do with it as well.
1 down. Now the left fielder, Riley Green.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Liner snagged at first. They put the tag on him, and that's a double play to end the inning. So 5 innings in the books now, with the no-hitter officially over. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Bottom of the 8th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King.
Well, these Mariners just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Oh, 2 now. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Going back. Up against the wall and brings it in. King extended the hitting streak in this one.
Not his best showing, but I hope he isn't too self-critical after they took the loss. Some things to build on in this game.
One down, and up next for Seattle, Taylor King.
And every at-bat's a big one for him now as he looks to keep this amazing hitting streak going.
That one's in there. Strike 1.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Hit hard on the ground is short. Throw to first is in time.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 31, Riley. Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, Taylor King.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
That one close, ruled the ball. And the count now 2-0. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. So they've still got both their challenges. Swings over the top of that one. Swing and a ball line to center. One down. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King.
Well, these Mariners just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Here's a 1-1. And a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. One, two now. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double. And with every hit that extends his streak, he climbs higher on the all-time list. Rarely has anyone gone this far.
Yeah, Boog, 30 is about as far as most guys can take it, and he's just blown by that mark, and now it actually looks like 40 might be in play. I'll tell you this, as a hitter, it's so hard to not let that weigh on you. Every game you're going out there trying to get it out of the way as soon as possible so that you can focus on the game. Makes it a little tough to relax at the plate.
And it's second. Nice grab. Over to first. And they get the out. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. Minimal damage against him to this point. We'll see if the lineup forces him to make an adjustment.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Correa has a beat on it. And there's two down.
Up next for the Mariners, the center fielder, number 44.
Go ahead run on base. Julio Rodriguez now at the plate. Man on second, two down. This one in the air center field. Varsho settles underneath it, and that's the inning. So a strong showing there from the Houston bullpen. We're through 6 full, all tied 1-1. King steps in. You can feel the tension. 2 outs and a chance to deal a serious blow.
Clutch hitter right here, Boog. If he comes through again, it might just take the air out of the other side.
That one's in there. That's strike one.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. See you later. A 2-run shot, and they add on. It's 5-1.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball.
King had a great showing in the win.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
King stepping in. The numbers aren't pretty, Singy. He knows that, but this is about adjustments and redemption.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is one good swing to turn the tide and recover emotionally, and that could change everything in a rivalry like this.
King with a homer in his last game.
That's the ball.
Two-0. Ripped to short. Whips it to first. 2 gone.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 31, Riley.
Ready to go, bottom 4. And stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King.
That's a corner.
right center field. Going back. It bangs off the wall. Into second base. The tying run is on with a leadoff double. And that'll keep his hitting streak alive. He's reaching heights that very few players ever have.
Yeah, when you're over the 30-game mark and showing no signs of slowing down, that's when the baseball world starts to get a little excited. This has become the story in the league right now. You start checking off the days until the next benchmark, 40, 44, 56. And as well as he's swinging it, it seems like all those numbers right now, Boog, they are doable.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a ground ball. Base hit into the outfield. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Fry. Then there's one down. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot. Two on, one out. In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's got a chance. And it is gone. So he goes yard to left. And they lead it. It's 3-1.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, Taylor King.
King went deep in his most recent game.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Got him looking for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8.
Well, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
King, the runner at first with 2 gone. Runner on the go. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Challenge from behind the dish here. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. Up the middle. Altuve handles it. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Up next for the Mariners, the first baseman, number 12, Taylor.
2 outs. Bases full. Josh Naylor, the next to hit.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
This one's blistered. No doubt about it. Out of here. Grand slam. A monster shot to right. And they tack on to their lead. It's 7-1.
A great job here of staying within himself. You know that if you get a knock, you're going to drive in a couple. So stay focused on that. Well, he does more than just a knock. It's the grand slam, the drive in 4. Really good job at the plate.
Bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Taylor King.
Well, these Mariners showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. One thing that really stands out is their chase rate. League average is around 30%, but they're at less than 20% right now.
Swing and a miss as he gets him to chase upstairs.
It's been tough fooling these guys, and those chase rate numbers back it up. They've been really smart at the plate, and that's one of the best ways to frustrate a pitcher because nothing seems to come easy.
This one looks like trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Riley Green. Man at second. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Smith under it. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And now a wide throw to third.
Up next for the Mariners, the catcher.
The switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Cal Raleigh.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff.
In the air, left field. Bader racing after it. Nice grab on the run. And there's 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
2 outs and a runner at third. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Base hit. Runner from third in to score. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
King really stood out in this win. 3 hits in this one, always respectable.
Well, they may want to change how they approach him next time because he was just incredible in this one. He looked like a threat every time he came up.